Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone joining from around the world. Welcome to the 2021 Annual Games for Change Festival. I'm Susanna Pollack, President of Games for Change, and your host over the next few days. We are so excited that you are joining us, whether you are a Games for Change regular or coming for the very first time. You are an important part of a leading-edge global network of creators, leaders, and trailblazers, merging the worlds of games, XR, and social impact. So here we are again, filming at the G4C studio in Brooklyn, New York. Some of you know that we usually convene in person in New York City, and I miss seeing you, all of you, really so much. But since the G4C Festival went virtual last year, we have seen our event grow into an international community of nearly 7,000 people from 81 countries. And in 2021, our community continues to expand. I'll speak more about that later. And what a year it's been. With COVID disrupting so many aspects of our lives, it's hard not to address the elephant in the room. I hope everyone is staying safe, receiving the care they need, and getting access to vaccines as soon as possible. In the past year and a half, we've seen the incredible ways in which games offer comfort in times of strife and bridge communities that may otherwise have been isolated. People around the world are now understanding that games can also teach, inspire, and heal. Educators are effectively morphing classrooms into centers of learning and fun, leveraging the power of games. Scientists and doctors are using XR technology and games to rehabilitate patients and treat illnesses. And of course, now more than ever, people all around the world are playing games to stay connected with one another. This has been tremendous, not only for the commercial games industry, but for those of us who are using games and XR to drive impact. And we will be bringing you amazing stories this week that will help you inspire, imagine, and ignite the change we need to see in this world. Now, for those of you who are new to the Games for Change community, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what we do here at Games for Change. Founded in 2004, G4C was created from the simple premise that video games have power beyond entertainment. Our mission is to empower creators and social innovators to use games and immersive media as drivers for real-world impact. In addition to the G4C Festival, we run year-round programs that strive and elevate the Games for Change community. Whether it's running social impact game jams for international developers, inspiring the next generation of game designers through the G4C Student Challenge, or facilitating workshops for educators on game-like learning, we are always working to expand the capacity of Games for Impact. And we have a number of announcements this week about the growth of Games for Change, and I look forward to sharing with you what's next for the organization and how you can get involved. One of the first things I'd like to share with you is that we are announcing a new focus for the organization, G4C Learn. You will hear a lot this week about the impact of games during this unprecedented shift to remote learning over the past year. More teachers than ever have before ventured into games as a tool for both learning and keeping students engaged, while online games provided safe communal spaces for kids to come together to learn and play. At Games for Change, we're meeting this moment of opportunity by announcing an expanded range of learning programs. Building on the success of our flagships G4C Student Challenge and also our professional development programs for teachers and museum educators, we are forming G4C Learn. Join us later for a sneak peek of G4C Learn and also our expanded educational program at a round table with the Games for Change team tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern. Another area of growth is with our global community. I'm thrilled to share that we have Games for Change chapters in Europe, South America, and Asia Pacific, all in attendance throughout the next 3 days. If you want to learn how you can get involved, you can check out their booths in the expo area. And in addition, stay tuned for a special announcement at 11:45 Eastern today on the expansion of Games for Change onto a new continent. Speaking of international partnerships, we have two delegations with us this year, one from Malta through a partnership with Gaming Malta, and another from Ukraine through a partnership with the U.S. Embassy in Kiev. Now, one of the special things about the G4C Festival has always been the opportunity to connect with friends and colleagues and to establish new relationships. While we all are gathering in a remote environment, I encourage all of you to find ways to interact with one another. Our festival platform, Hopin, offers several robust options for connection, and I encourage you to use them to meet new people. Please consider attending the Q&As after the main stage sessions, going to roundtables, and also our Meet the Funder opportunities, and be an active participant in all the chat rooms throughout the festival. The platform also has a direct messaging and one-to-one scheduling feature, and you can also take advantage of the networking area to share ideas with those around you. And of course, there is the expo area where many of our participants will be engaging in demos and live conversations. If you need assistance at any time, please find your way to our help desk, also in the sessions area. Someone on the G4C team will be there and be happy to assist you. So, before I introduce our first speaker who will give opening remarks, I would like to begin with a formal land acknowledgement. Every community owes its existence and vitality to generations from around the world who contributed their hopes, dreams, and energy to making the history that led to this moment. Some were brought against their will. Some were drawn to leave their distant homes in hope of a better life. And some have lived on this land for more generations than can be counted. Truth and acknowledgement are critical to building mutual respect and connections across all barriers of heritage and difference. We begin this effort to acknowledge what has been buried by honoring the truth. I am standing on the ancestral Lenape homelands and recognize the long-standing significance of these lands for the Lenape nations, past and present. We are also conscious that New York City has the largest urban Native population in the United States. Take a moment with me to consider the many legacies of violence, displacement, migration, and settlement that bring us here together today. Games for Change is proud and excited to be presenting a series of sessions this year under the Indigenous Creator Spotlight. Please find these sessions in our schedule, and we would love to see you there.